Chisa is finally here, and we have a lot to discuss, okay? From the strange black hole in the background, the new region teaser, and the new faction reveal. So, without further ado, this is Wuthering Waves, the next big adventure. So literally just minutes ago, Wuthering Waves finally released Chisa's drip marketing to the world. And it's safe to say, as her #1 fan, I didn't hold back one bit. But let's cast that aside for now and focus on the background for a second. That's right, Kuro Games is casually teasing the next region on some nonchalant dreadhead type beat. And if we can take a quick glance, you'll realize some things right off the bat. That's right, the giant Ferris wheel in the background and the obvious highly advanced civilization. Like just judging based off of the giant crane Chisa's sitting on and all the modern buildings, and you'd quickly realize that this region is set in our current era. And you know how Raguna had the echo boats we could travel on? I have a strong feeling that we can potentially see actual cars within this new region, and this would be a perfect opportunity for Kuro Games to implement a driving mechanic for this region. But first, we're going to have to discuss what this region even is, and I can confidently say that this new region behind Chisa is going to be New Federation. Yes, our next stop for 3.0 and the prologue in 2.8 is going to be all about New Federation. Now, I can see why people would think Laha Roy might have been our next region, but New Federation just honestly makes a whole lot more sense narrative-wise. Cause listen, we just had our first real major arc with the entirety of 2.0, and a lot of questions were answered, a lot of mysteries were presented to us, and a lot of characters were revealed. Well, not a lot of characters, but you know what I'm saying. It would make no sense to immediately have us go to Lahai Roy as it was name dropped in the same patch. Not only that, but the Fraxidus is heading to Lahai Roy next, and with the New Federation constantly teased throughout 1.x and recently in 2.7, New Federation would just be a great middleman to not only give us a break, but to also hype up 4.0 being Lahai Roy. So that's my reason as to why we won't be heading to Lahai Roy for 3.0. But next, let's discuss why I believe this is New Federation. First things first, if you look at Chisa's splash art, you'd notice a lot of research papers, and if the logo is the New Federation, then that just means that this new region is very scientifically driven. And if you look at a quote from Mortefi discussing New Federation, he says he knows a couple of researchers from New Federation, and that their worship of technology was fanatical. Mortefi also goes on to say that these researchers also believe that technological advances was an end itself. This further backs up my personal belief that all this scientific stuff that's plastered all over Chisa's splash art is heavily New Federation coded. And if you still don't believe me, then I have one more thing to potentially bring you over to my side. On WuWa's official post about Chisa, they say that she's a level-headed student of Star Torch Academy. They also say that Chisa believes that everything can be broken down, analyzed, and resolved. Then there's also the golden ratio spotted within her splash art, and everything just starts coming together. While yes, Lahai Roy is potentially another advanced civilization, I think with the reveal of the cassette tapes in 2.7, I'd love if Lahai Roy takes on a more of a retro spiritual vibe while still being very advanced. So I just don't think that the aesthetic really suits what we're seeing here. Now, let's talk about the potential black hole within the sky that's sucking in everything near it. Now earlier, I mentioned that Mortefi said that researchers from New Federation believe the advancement of technology was also an end itself. They wholeheartedly believe that the advancement of technology will bring about their end. And this black hole-like sphere could very well be that concept brought to life. Black holes consume everything in its path. Black holes are the result of a dying star's wake collapsing on itself, creating a void that consumes everything. A black hole is a destructive force that's created once an object's weight with a lifespan of over 1 million years finally collapses on itself. This is what these researchers believe in. They believe that the world won't be able to endure the weight of how advanced technology will get and will eventually collapse on itself, creating an all-devouring black hole that will devour everything in its path, resulting in the end of the world. Then again, I could be completely wrong on this, but that's the vibe I'm kind of getting, you know? They either believe that technological advances will be the end of the world as we know it, or their very obsession with these technological advances combined with the fact that they don't advance technology for the sake of progressing, but to end it, will in fact bring about the end of New Federation as we know it. And lastly, while there is like zero information about Chisa's academy, we're most definitely going to get more characters from this academy. Anyways, that's going to be it for this video. I'm genuinely just really excited for Chisa because, oh my gosh, she's finally here after waiting for so long. And her splash art just looks absolutely phenomenal. And you know what? I'm really excited for New Federation. I think New Federation could be one of those absolutely goated arcs. But anyways, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. My Discord server is live right now, so make sure to check that out whenever you can. Also, make sure to press that hype button down there if you see it down there as well, if you can, you know. And I'll see you all in the next Wandering Ways video. Signing off.
'Cause I've been so tired. I don't wanna fight, but you're a liar. I need your help, cause the situation's dire. I'm so sick of using people to get higher.